Those are the headlines here on France 24. Thanks for joining us. We begin with what's on track to be a resounding victory in the world's biggest election. After weeks of voting that saw a record turnout, India's opposition BJP party is headed for what's likely to be the country's most commanding win in more than a quarter century. Well, official results are not yet in, but the ruling Congress party, which has been at the center of Indian politics for decades, has conceded defeat. And for more analysis on this historic vote, I'm joined now by Delano D'Souza. Now, Delano, let's political changing of the guard. Let's talk then about this BJP party. Of course, it ran on economic promises. It's a pro-business party. Now, Indian markets, they've rallied on news of this headed victory. What exactly are they expecting?
Well, the Indian stock markets have breached all levels as we've seen from today. So that's really a testament that Modi's pro-business stance has worked. The leading Sensex breached the 25,000 mark today for the first time ever, and the markets have been on a tizzy all week with polls indicating a historic win for the BJP. Now the fact that the BJP will be comfortably in parliament without the support of allies means Modi will be able to, put across all the reforms he's stated in his election manifesto. The party says they want to liberalize a whole range of sectors in the Indian economy. So that means opening up FDI in everything from real estate to railways. So global investors are clearly happy on this. And now it just remains to be seen if he can translate what he's done in Gujarat to the national stage, given the fact that he's going to have a vocal opposition in the Congress party and he won't be able to rule the roost like he was in Gujarat.
All right, well, then a lot's been made of the economic stance, but let's talk foreign policy.
Yeah.
What exactly can we expect there?
Well, this is an interesting point, given India's role in global bodies like the World Trade Organization, G20. Manmohan Singh has had a good reputation with global leaders. Now, I must mention here that 10 years ago, visa bans were initiated for Modi. The US, the UK, and EU have all sort of boycotted Narendra Modi for his alleged role in the Gujarat riots of 2002. Now, while the UK and EU have lifted their bans, the US visa ban is still in place. But this week, the State Department and the White House have basically come out and said, listen, we're willing to work with whoever the Indian people choose. So, will Modi quickly forgive and forget that the West has snubbed him for the better part of a decade? Well, that remains to be seen. The RSS, which is the party he's closely linked with, traditionally has a look east policy. So many analysts say that his first trip will most likely be to Japan because, the Japanese and the Americans want a strong India to counter China in the region. So that would be interesting to watch.
Now, Delano, we're running out of time, but briefly I want to speak about one party that was making headlines in the run-up to this vote, and that, of course, was the Common Man's Party, but they've fallen far short of their goals, haven't they?
Yes, I think what can be said about the Aam Aadmi Party, the Common Man's Party, is that in January, the leader of the party was Chief Minister of Delhi. After 49 days in office, he quit. This goes to show that the Indian people didn't really buy the fact that he wanted to work outside traditional, politics, and the party also didn't have any clear policies in place in terms of their economic policy. They didn't really know which direction they wanted to take the country in. So I think they will have to now go back to the drawing board and figure out what they want to do, build their message, because anarchy in a country like India just cannot work. And 3 votes out of 543 goes to show.
All right, Delano D'Souza with some analysis of India's election. Once again, official results have not yet been announced. They're expected later today, but the ruling Congress party, they've already conceded defeat, and the BJP will have the first outright majority in decades.